An information system is any organized system for the collection, organization, storage and communication of information. More specifically, it is the study of complementary networks of hardware and software that people and organizations use to collect, filter, process, create and distribute data. A computer information system is a system composed of people and computers that processes or interprets information. The term is also sometimes used in more restricted senses to refer to only the software used to run a computerized database or to refer to only a computer system. Information system is an academic study of systems with a specific reference to information and the complementary networks of hardware and software that people and organizations use to collect, filter, process, create and also distribute data. An emphasis is placed on an information system having a definitive boundary, users, processes, stores, inputs, outputs and the aforementioned communication networks. Any specific information system aims to support operations, management and decision-making. An information system is the information and communication technology that an organization uses, and also the way in which people interact with this technology in support of business processes. Some authors make a clear distinction between information systems, computer systems, and business processes. Information systems typically include an ICT component but are not purely concerned with ICT, focusing instead on the end use of information technology. Information systems are also different from business processes. Information systems help to control the performance of business processes. Alter argues for advantages of viewing an information system as a special type of work system. A work system is a system in which humans or machines perform processes and activities using resources to produce specific products or services for customers. An information system is a work system whose activities are devoted to capturing, transmitting, storing, retrieving, manipulating and displaying information. As such, information systems interrelate with data systems on the one hand and activity systems on the other. An information system is a form of communication system in which data represent and are processed as a form of social memory. An information system can also be considered a semi-formal language which supports human decision-making and action. Information systems are the primary focus of study for organizational informatics. Overview. Silver al. provided two views on is that includes software, hardware, data, people, and procedures. Zheng provided another system view of information system which also adds processes and essential system elements like environment, boundary, purpose, and interactions. The Association for Computing Machinery defines information systems specialists as focusing on integrating information technology solutions and business processes to meet the information needs of businesses and other enterprises. There are various types of information systems. For example, transaction processing systems, decision support systems, knowledge management systems, learning management systems, database management systems, and office information systems. Critical to most information systems are information technologies, which are typically designed to enable humans to perform tasks for which the human brain is not well suited, such as handling large amounts of information, performing complex calculations, and controlling many simultaneous processes. Information technologies are a very important and malleable resource available to executives. Many companies have created a position of Chief Information Officer that sits on the executive board with the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Operating Officer, and Chief Technical Officer. The CTO may also serve as CIO, Chief Information Officer, and vice versa. The Chief Information Security Officer focuses on information security management. The 6 components that must come together in order to produce an information system are: hardware. The term hardware refers to machinery, This category includes the computer itself, which is often referred to as the central processing unit, and all of its support equipments. Among the support equipments are input and output devices, storage devices and communications devices. Software. The term software refers to computer programs and the manuals that support them. Computer programs are machine-readable instructions that direct the circuitry within the hardware parts of the system to function in ways that produce useful information from data. Programs are generally stored on some input-output medium, often a disk or tape. Data. Data are facts that are used by programs to produce useful information. Like programs, data are generally stored in machine-readable form on disk or tape until the computer needs them. Procedures. Procedures are the policies that govern the operation of a computer system. Procedures are to people what software is to hardware, is a common analogy that is used to illustrate the role of procedures in a system. People. Every system needs people if it is to be useful. Often the most overlooked element of the system are the people. Probably the component that most influence the success or failure of information systems. This includes, not only the users, but those who operate and service the computers, those who maintain the data, and those who support the network of computers. Less than Kroenke. M. Miss Essentials. Pearson Education. Greater than. Feedback. It is another component of the is, that defines that an is may be provided with a feedback. Data is the bridge between hardware and people. This means that the data we collect is only data, until we involve people. At that point, data is now information. Types of information system. The classic view of information systems found in the textbooks in the 1980s was of a pyramid of systems that reflected the hierarchy of the organization. Usually transaction processing systems at the bottom of the pyramid, followed by management information systems, decision support systems, and ending with executive information systems at the top. Although the pyramid model remains useful, since it was first formulated, a number of new technologies have been developed and new categories of information systems have emerged, some of which no longer fit easily into the original pyramid model. Some examples of such systems are data warehouses, enterprise resource planning, enterprise systems, expert systems, search engines, geographic information system, global information system, office automation. A computer information system is essentially and is using computer technology to carry out some or all of its planned tasks. The basic components of computer-based information system are hardware. These are the devices like the monitor, processor, printer and keyboard, all of which work together to accept, process, show data and information. Software are the programs that allow the hardware to process the data. Databases are the gathering of associated files or tables containing related data. Networks are a connecting system that allows diverse computers to distribute resources. Procedures are the commands for combining the components above to process information and produce the preferred output. The first four components make up what is known as the information technology platform. Information technology workers could then use these components to create information systems that watch over safety measures, risk and the management of data. These actions are known as information technology services. Certain information systems support parts of organizations, others support entire organizations, and still others support groups of organizations. Recall that each department or functional area within an organization has its own collection of application programs, or information systems. These functional area information systems are supporting pillars for more general namely, business intelligence systems and dashboards. As the name suggests, each phase supports a particular function within the organization, e.g., accounting is, finance is, production, operation, management is, marketing is, and human resources is. In finance and accounting, managers use IT systems to forecast revenues and business activity, to determine the best sources and uses of funds, and to perform audits to ensure that the organization is fundamentally sound and that all financial reports and documents are accurate. Other types of organizational information systems are phase, transaction processing systems, enterprise resource planning, office automation system, management information system, decision support system, expert system, executive dashboard, supply chain management system, and electronic commerce system. Dashboards are a special form of IS that support all managers of the organization. They provide rapid access to timely information and direct access to structured information in the form of reports. Expert systems attempt to duplicate the work of human experts by applying reasoning capabilities, knowledge, and expertise within a specific domain. Information system development. Information technology departments in larger organizations tend to strongly influence the development, use, and application of information technology in the organizations. A series of methodologies and processes can be used to develop and use an information system. Many developers now use an engineering approach such as the system development lifecycle, which is a systematic procedure of developing an information system through stages that occur in sequence. Recent research aims at enabling and measuring the ongoing collective development of such systems within an organization by the entirety of human actors themselves. An information system can be developed in-house or outsourced. This can be accomplished by outsourcing certain components or the entire system. A specific case is the geographical distribution of the development team. A computer-based information system, following a definition of Landforce, is a technologically implemented medium for recording, storing, and disseminating linguistic expressions, as well as for drawing conclusions from such expressions. Geographic information systems, land information systems, and disaster information systems are examples of emerging information systems, but they can be broadly considered as spatial information systems. System development is done in stages which include problem recognition and specification, information gathering, requirements specification for the new system, system design, system construction, system implementation, review and maintenance. The academic discipline, the field of study called information systems, encompasses a variety of topics including systems analysis and design, computer networking, information security, database management and decision support systems. Information management deals with the practical and theoretical problems of collecting and analyzing information in a business function area, including business productivity tools, applications programming and implementation, electronic commerce, digital media production, data mining, and decision support. Communications and networking deals with the telecommunication technologies. Information systems bridges business and computer science using the theoretical foundations of information and computation to study various business models and related algorithmic processes on building the IT systems within a computer science discipline. Computer information system is a field studying computers and algorithmic processes, including their principles, their software and hardware designs, their applications, and their impact on society, whereas it emphasizes functionality over design. Several scholars have debated the nature and foundations of information systems, which has its roots in other reference disciplines such as computer science, engineering, mathematics, management science, cybernetics, and others. Information systems also can be defined as a collection of hardware, software, data, people and procedures that work together to produce quality information. The impact on economic models. Microeconomic theory model. Transaction cost theory. Agency theory. Differentiating is from related disciplines. Similar to computer science, other disciplines can be seen as both related and foundation disciplines of IS. The domain of study of IS involves the study of theories and practices related to the social and technological phenomena, which determine the development, use, and effects of information systems in organization and society. But, while there may be considerable overlap of the disciplines at the boundaries, the disciplines are still differentiated by the focus, purpose, and orientation of their activities. In a broad scope, the term information systems is a scientific field of study that addresses the range of strategic, managerial, and operational activities involved in the gathering, processing, storing, distributing, and use of information and its associated technologies in society and organizations. The term information systems is also used to describe an organizational function that applies as knowledge in industry, government agencies, and not-for-profit organizations. Information systems often refers to the interaction between algorithmic processes and technology. This interaction can occur within or across organizational boundaries. An information system is the technology an organization uses and also the way in which the organizations interact with the technology and the way in which the technology works with the organization's business processes. Information systems are distinct from information technology in that an information system has an information technology component that interacts with the process's components. One problem with that approach is that it prevents the IS field from being interested in non-organizational use of ICT, such as in social networking, computer gaming, mobile personal usage, etc. A different way of differentiating the IS field from its neighbors is to ask, which aspects of reality are most meaningful in the IS field and other fields? This approach, based on philosophy, helps to define not just the focus, purpose and orientation, but also the dignity, destiny and responsibility of the field among other fields. International Journal of Information Management, 13-20. Information Systems Career Pathways. Information systems have a number of different areas of work. IS strategy, IS management, IS development, IS iteration, IS organization. There is a wide variety of career paths in the information systems discipline. Workers with specialized technical knowledge and strong communication skills will have the best prospects. Workers with management skills and an understanding of business practices and principles will have excellent opportunities. As companies are increasingly looking to technology to drive their revenue, information technology is important to the operation of contemporary businesses. It offers many employment opportunities. The information systems field includes the people in organizations who design and build information systems, the people who use those systems, and the people responsible for managing those systems. The demand for traditional IT staff such as programmers, business analysts, systems analysts, and designer is significant. Many well-paid jobs exist in areas of information technology. At the top of the list is the Chief Information Officer. The CIO is the executive who is in charge of the IS function. In most organizations, the CIO works with the Chief Executive Officer, the Chief Financial Officer, and other senior executives. Therefore, he or she actively participates in the organization's strategic planning process.